KFAB.
Open enrollment season, it rolls around every year. And with Obamacare in year whatever now, 4 or 5, we're seeing big increases in premiums in some states, as we mentioned the other day. And to some point, I mentioned that particular case in Oklahoma. The guy learned that his premiums are going from $1,100 a month to $1,700 a month. That's $600 more out of his pocket per month just for those premiums. It does depend on what state you're in. We wanted to get the landscape here. And joining us back for a triumphant appearance, been too long, the official evil insurance man of the Good Morning Show, Art Jetter. Arthur, good morning.
Good morning, Gary.
Good to have you on. We
Nice
say that
here.
in jest, by the way, if you just tuned in. Art is very distinguished on the national scene, knows this landscape very well. So in Nebraska, Art, are we seeing big increases in Obamacare premiums?
Well, if you look at the exchange premiums there, the approved rates are increasing between about 16 and 21%.
That's the average?
No, the average is 18.75.
Wow.
Unweighted, by the way. I just took the it's available to see on healthcare.gov at ratereview.healthcare.gov.
Okay, when you say approved increases, what do you mean?
I mean that the regulators say these premiums are appropriate. It shouldn't cause the insurance company to lose money, even though they do, and it shouldn't overcharge the insured.
Okay,
although I think it probably does. But
I've got the printout here. I see. Let's see, Coventry, like 21% rate increase. Some of them, though, show a decrease, right? Depending on
it depends on what you're looking at. If you look at the off-exchange policies, the range of increase ranges between 9 and 10%.
Okay.
Those are policies you would buy without going to healthcare.gov. In fact, I should, and then the small group premiums in the shop exchange. Some of those have actually had a rate reduction.
Okay.
And their average premium change is a negative 4.7%. But this brings up a point. I'd like to make sure I say this. How do you figure out what the right thing to do is during open enrollment? And in my book, the only thing you can do is ask your agent, because an agent can show you the off-exchange solutions.
Right.
And more and more we're seeing that might be a very appropriate thing for a lot of individuals and small employers to do. So either ask your agent or go to the website NAHU, that's November Alpha Hotel Uniform.gov.
little military lingo there.
Well, Wednesday's coming up.
From your days risking your life over the skies of Vietnam. Right. Say, and that's true, by the way. Okay.
Did I say that right? I said NAHU.org. N-A.
Or N-A.
NAHU.org, and then you push a button that says "Find an agent,"
okay.
And then you can locate somebody.
All right. Hand in hand with this is the increased penalties.
Yes,
if you're on Obamacare. So
every year they go up.
You take this guy down in Oklahoma that I might use as an example. I mean, if people like that have to calculate, okay, what's going to cost me less, the increased premium or the penalty?
Well, in his case, the penalty is a lot lower. In his case, the maximum penalty is just short of $2,100. So if he's paying 14 or close to, you said 17, $20,000 a year for health insurance, the penalty is a much smaller bite.
Wow.
Which is wrong.
Yeah. So what is your view, as objectively as you can be, what is this Affordable Care Act doing to the healthcare landscape? Because the deal was it was going to lower costs, right? Everybody has to have coverage, but the costs would be lower. It doesn't look like it's going that way.
Well,
right?
I would just like to remind you that when you first asked me to talk about what was about to happen, all this was entirely predictable. And I showed you that in 1992, New Jersey enacted a very similar deal, and their premiums blew through the roof. So when you talk about an exchange, it's an item of convenience. It's not a cost saver. In fact, it adds a layer of expense to manage it. Hundreds of millions, maybe billions of dollars thrown at an exchange, which just adds a layer.
Do you mind sharing that story that you've told me before? You were on a panel when New Jersey wanted to put something together very much like this. They called in several high-level suits from the insurance industry panel. You were one of them.
Yes.
And what did...
1991.
Yeah. And
so there was an ongoing discussion, and I sat down with one of the reformers who's promoting this, and I said, you know what will happen here is insurance companies will leave the marketplace and do something else. They'll leave New Jersey, and the ones that stay, the rates will go through the roof because the option here is either to break even or lose money, and no commercial enterprise or even governments should be allowed to do that or should want to do that. And she said to me, well, Art, you know, if an insurance company wants to do business in New Jersey, they're just going to have to learn to lose money.
Yeah. She had no clue.
Then after they put the ammonia in my nose to wake me up, couldn't believe somebody actually would say something like that.
Unbelievable. And now they have, what, one or two left? I guess Blue Cross. Does Blue Cross stay there?
Yes, Blue Cross and HMO. But, you know, actually I think Obamacare actually helped New Jersey because it gave them a reset point.
Right. Well, again, if you need an agent to help you navigate all of this, that's nahu.org.
Yes.
That website. And if you want to see the increases, it's ratereview.healthcare.gov. Art, always good to see you. Thank you so much. Art Jetter, the official Evil Insurance Man of the Good Morning Show at 8:28.